How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good. I'm so happy. Again, we are connecting.
Oh, yes.
So, how is your day?
The day is going very well. Thank you so much for asking. A little hectic in the beginning, but good.
Yeah, good to hear that. So, ma'am, tell me today's plan. What are you going to do? Any specific things?
I have a couple of meetings planned for me. I have some work of my own, some drafting works to do, and going through some documents and catching up with a couple of clients to give them a feedback. So that's pretty much how my day unfolds.
Wow, nice.
What are
So,
your plans
ma'am,
today?
yeah, my plans. After having these sessions, I will be uh go on walking with
Mm,
my friends and hanging out over there, and yeah, after coming back, I'll just read some books and learn something from.
that's wonderful. That's a good thing to do. All right.
Yes, ma'am. So today, ma'am, I don't have any topic.
Mhm.
Anything in your mind, ma'am? Do you have anything for discussion?
Sure, let's take up some topic like in the previous conversation that we were having. You had told
Yeah.
us that there are certain things that you deeply question in general, right? I think we had a discussion on mental health and kids last time, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes, we were discussed, yes.
Yes. So what other questions do you feel curious about or you kind of think deeply about?
Hmm. I think what I personally think 99% people have been through, their life trauma, you can say. Due
Mm-hmm.
to have multiple complication and anxiety due to different reason in their life personally. Some of them are running behind earning more money, but they are not going to
Absolutely.
succeed. So that's the reason it can in turn into the pain and anxiety of their life in their life, I think. Some of reasons they have a lot of expectation and desires,
Mm-hmm.
but these dreams and desires not going to come true. It turns into the frustrations, anxiety. So these are the major reasons behind people have been suffering a lot on daily basis. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking how to take a lot, how to solve it.
See, I feel like, traumas and anxiety and all these issues are kind of interrelated. Traumas can be of various sorts. One might have childhood traumas, one might have fears, which would not exactly be a trauma, but then you're scared so deeply that you don't sometimes look into that factor also, which prevents you from facing your fears. Like some people have had a rough childhood, right? Or where they might have had a situation where they misinterpreted that the parents were busy, so they did not care about them. And in reality, the parents were working hard to provide for the kid. But the kid, you don't know what happens or goes through a child's mind, how they perceive the world, and what if they see their parents fighting? What kind of an impact do they have then? So there are different situations where the child's mind is a developing tool. How they perceive things, how they accept things are very different. Right. Now, with this, what happens is sometimes when you have a trauma, you might have gone through that situation. And if that individual has gone through that situation, what kind of an impact has the situation left on that individual? Whether it is a life changing impact. You know, if I say somebody had the habit of smoking, which is a bad habit, but they suffered from a medical condition or they fell ill and then they realized, no, health is very important for me. Might have been a very traumatic experience while they were healing. But then it was also that trauma helped them change for the better. So they can
Mm.
have traumas which end up having positive results. But then there are that one, if we say a teenager, let's take an example of a teenager or somebody who's 20, 21 years old. They were dating somebody for n number of years. Suddenly they got their heart broken. And because of that trauma, they end up getting into bad habits. So you never know that the outcome is only going to be negative or it's only going to be positive. Traumas can be from the very childhood, traumas can be recent also, traumas can be from anything. And anxiety is, I feel, it is an act where your body is actually reacting to situations where it's a defense mechanism, basically. Psychologically speaking, your body has this thing in it that it wants to fight those feelings. There are feelings which bring you down, you feel emotionally drained, and then there are feelings which are fighting it also, that you can do it, don't think. And this never ending battle is what leads to anxiety. If you are an overthinker, you only keep on thinking about in a loop. As a result, your stress rises and anxiety levels rise. So, stress and anxiety go hand in hand, they work parallelly. So, this is what happens there. So, I feel that there are different areas which can be triggered because of that, but there is nothing which cannot be solved. But the
Mm,
very fact that coming back to it is that until and unless you get into the fact of self realization,
and clarity.
absolutely, the visceral act, or that you ask for help. Help does not mean you are weak. Help could also mean that you need somebody to pull you out or help you explain what is happening and how do I deal with it. Somebody who's dealt
Yes.
with it before or somebody who knows how to deal with it. Help can also mean that. People have this very restrictive mindset that help only means that,
Weakness.
yes, you are not strong enough to deal with it on your own. And that is incorrect. I think social media to a level of that, I feel sometimes only when you have to pretend to be an alpha male or a very independent female, you tend to misinterpret the fact that nobody is questioning your methods. Nobody's saying you're weak. You've proved yourself, but that does not mean that you lose touch with your emotions.
Mm, yeah, you're right. It doesn't mean like taking help from somebody, it would be indication of weakness of mine over there. No. If it
Absolutely.
is needed, if I am puzzled with something, with not having any clarity, so somewhere we have to take, guidance of somebody to just clarify what is exactly going on in my life. And
Absolutely.
this would be the solutions for us.
Absolutely. Which is very essential. And so, what is your take on it? Like, what is your opinion on this?
I personally consider, ma'am, like having clarity, you have to analyze more and more every single day in your life, I think.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
as much as if you have the awareness about the multiple things in your life, as faster as you can move in your life. With the clarity, and you can't be stuck at any situation, I think. You know how to deal with the multiple, anxiety and complication that comes in your life because of some reasons.
Mhm. See, even if
Right.
you feel stuck, you have to be smart enough. Either you pull yourself out of that situation. And if you're unable to, you have to be open to the idea of seeking help to pull yourself out of the situation. You can't be just put up in both the situations. This is what I feel.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes our thoughts also, doesn't allow us to do anything, beyond of our thoughts. So
Ah,
somewhere we are being trapped in our own thoughts.
yes, that is true. Because see, our mind only, see, there's also basic psychology to that. That whenever you try to start something new, or you want to jump into experiment something that you have never done, your brain will also tell you that don't do this. What if this happens? You start thinking about the negative outcome.
Consequences, yeah.
Absolutely. That is because that is beginner's anxiety, right? Because you have not done this before. If I say you wake up every morning, you brush your teeth, you're not anxious about it. You've been doing it for a number of years because you know you'll feel active, you'll feel fresh, you'll have a kickstart to your day. So there are so many factors to it. And suddenly you say, oh, I'm going to go bungee jumping today. That you don't do on a daily basis. And obviously you'll have, oh, what if the wire breaks? Oh, what if this happens? Oh, what if I can't jump? So there are a number of thoughts that will encompass your mind if you don't do it on a daily basis, right? So you will,
Yes.
and even if you say that adrenaline rush or something, but your heart will start beating very fast the moment you're standing on the cliff. So this is very natural. So just
Yes.
like that, your brain tells you sometimes prevents you from that fight or flight situation. So that is where your willpower comes into play. Willpower, developing a willpower, if you are trying to get into business, or you're trying to take up a risk, or you're trying to take up a challenge, you have to have a very strong willpower. Without
Yes.
a willpower, jumping into something as deep as this is pointless.
Yes. And I think like willpower will be the only when you have the good clarity. Like whatever is going to happen in upcoming times after doing it, I would be enough to deal with that.
Hmm.
So clarity also must be there. Then only
Absolutely.
you can do that. And sometimes, many times what I personally consider like 99% people have been battling with their unknown fear every single day. This is
Yeah,
the better cause of getting a lot of problem and disaster things in their life,
absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
Sometimes they don't know whether they'll be able to handle it or not, and sometimes they give up too easily. Sometimes they might have faced two, three back to back situations, and then they feel, I can't do this. I am not meant for this. I give up. So sometimes that attitude does not pull you through to tough situations, right? And as a result, you're just like, okay, I give up. So that's not how you go about things. So I feel, like you said, clarity is very important. And with clarity, I think somewhere self belief is equally important. Until and unless
Yes.
you believe in yourself, that clarity will not come. And with that clarity, that inner confidence will not be there to make your willpower strong, to pull you through and pull you out of certain situations that you feel you might not be able to come out of. And the moment you have that, you feel, okay, I can do it. Okay, even if I have to restart from scratch, I'll be able to do it. But if you don't have that, you will not do it. You will not do it. You will quit in between. You'll quit in between. You would not want to try anything else. Why? Because then you're so used to your safety net and safe factors that you don't feel like jumping into something like that.
Yes, you're right, ma'am. So I personally consider overall you have to, you know, you have to keep yourself in such kinds of situation. I
Mhm.
think on day to day, I mean, on day to day, on daily basis, I think, I know like times is not equal every time. It's obvious things whether you want or not, but you have to been through, I think. So it's, I think, better instead of it's instead of fearing a lot like why I'm going through and
Absolutely.
how will I deal with that. Try to learn it, how to deal with that. If it is possible, just take help from them, other people. You have to make the guidance of somebody for you. Until or
Absolutely.
unless you have to experience these things, so then only you can train yourself for upcoming times. And this is
Absolutely.
very important because this is not our life. This life can be for new generations. Like whatever we have in experience for many years, it would be the better guidance for upcoming generation, right? So
Absolutely.
somewhere it's very important to learn it.
There is no doubt about it. Because you know what I feel, the next generation will, obviously, any younger generation looks up to the other generation, even though they might do things differently. But until and unless you try to mold them into the way of being independent thinkers, but they are not self reliant completely when they're young kids. They will still look for methods, they might make changes through those methods, but they will not adapt naturally until and unless you set an example for them. I am not asking you to be an idealistic human being, but I'm also asking people to think on those lines that if you give up, they will also learn to give up. And then you can't complain, don't be like so and so, don't do like this, don't be like me in this terms or this regards, because they've only seen that particular thing growing up. So how can you say that? For them, this is what happens and this is normal, according to them. So for us,
Yes,
we want them to learn something. Sometimes it's also a motivating factor for us. If we want to get motivated, we want to motivate them. You have to show them how to go about it. Otherwise, they will look on the outside and they might not adapt to all good methods to, find shortcuts to tough situations. So if you want to
yes,
if you want them to do a certain thing in a certain way, I think you have to pave way for that. You can't just expect them to do something.
yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Something I have to do, around them. And this is the way they can learn from us, right? But it happen only when situation has been created right
Absolutely.
into their life. I know it's not very easy to explaining the new generation mind because they are very attitude by their mindset. They consider self superior. If I compare to our all generation people, they think I have a knowledge. We have a degrees, so we are good enough in all aspect. If I compare to myself with somebody
I
who
won't
come from
always
new gen.
say that they have attitude. They might. I'm not saying they don't. But I also see that they are a little more confident than we were at their age. Maybe we were not exposed to an environment with so much knowledge. They are exposed to social media when they gain a lot of knowledge and they are very clear with what they want and what they don't. We as kids were taught to behave a certain way. We were like, okay, fine. But we did not have the guts to say, no, we do not want this. This
Yes,
generation has very clear boundaries. I'm not saying they don't have an attitude, they do. But then they also have some sort of clarity whether they want to do this or not. They're very clear about it. They might
and
change
this
their mind and they have reasons to change their mind also. We keep on deep thinking as to why did we do this at that point of time or why did we not do this at that point of time. But I think they are a smarter generation, but they need to be molded in a way where they actually take it forward. That's the only concern.
yes, in some aspect they have to have the better guidance of us. But in
Absolutely.
all aspect we can't guide because they are already good enough, I think, multiple aspect.
Absolutely.
That's why they have establishing such level of attitude and mindset.
Absolutely. That is true. But there are children who are out there who might not be so smart, even in the younger generation, but then they are open to ideas, is what I've seen. You won't see kids with a rigid mindset, like too rigid, who might not, be open to the idea of listening. When we were younger, I think we were only taught to act as the child of that particular age. When you are 4, 5 years old, oh, they are a kid. But if you talk to 13, 14 years old now, like we were just taught to be teenagers, and if we were throwing a tantrum which we couldn't understand psychologically, parents were like, they're teenagers, it's okay, they'll come around the idea. But now the deal is that kids are being heard, they are being respected. So they kind of are a little more mature in certain terms, which I think we only acting at our age were not as mature, which I feel them being heard and respected more as individuals, as young adults, they have come about making big decisions or having clarity much better in those terms than us. This is,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, you're right, ma'am. That's why, ordering any kids as a
Mhm.
consider like they are immature, they don't have enough knowledge. It's the
Yep.
biggest mistake of us because somewhere they feel offended by taking, I mean, instructions of their elders. That's why they are not
Absolutely.
willing to accept.
Absolutely. Even, the very fact that people were like, oh, what are you doing these days? When people used to ask people of elder to us or something, and then they were like, oh, because the factor of validation that we used to seek from our elders at that time, because that is what we grew up with. We saw that. We were taught to do that. Discuss everything. The younger generation, I'm not saying they don't discuss, but they tell you also as to why they are doing this. What is going to be the outcome? They are smarter in that way. And they are more open to ideas, but they also would want to use their own mind according to things, which is important.
That's the make, that things makes them quite clear about multiple areas, I think. We were very, compelled, through decisions of our elders that time. We
Absolutely.
were not that much freedom for all aspect, I think.
True.
That's the reason we were unable to take action before taking the advice of our elders. But
True.
now generations people are very advanced. They do not think I should take, decisions from our elders.
Absolutely.
If I'm able to do this, then let's move ahead.
Absolutely.
After whatever happens, I'll speak to my elders. That's
Yes.
kinds of mindset is there.
Yes. We are up with our slot time for today. I'm so sorry, I have to leave. So thank you so much, and I guess we'll continue with another topic in the next session.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.